Representing Virginia, head coach Brian O'Connor, third baseman Kenny Towns, and starting pitcher today, Nathan Kirby. Coach, if you'd begin with an opening statement.
Yeah, certainly Florida's got a really good ball club, good offensive club, good pitching depth. I thought their starter, Logan Shore, was pretty darn good today. Certainly we had opportunities there in the second through the sixth inning with runners on and just couldn't capitalize, and that's to his credit. Certainly he buckled down. He does as good a job as you'll see in changing speeds and locating, and pitched a very, very good ball game. I was proud of our guys that we didn't go away. We hung in there and mounted a fight there towards the back part of the game, but it just wasn't enough. They got 9 of their 10 runs in 2 innings, and that's to their credit. We just couldn't put them away in a couple of those innings. We were able to do that the other night against them, and but we have another opportunity tomorrow, and looking forward to that chance.
Open the floor to questions. Remember, please, to silence your phones and turn off your video recording. Portions of them will start here in the far corner.
Jeff White, VirginiaSports.com. Brian, was it unrealistic to think that you were going to totally shut down that offense for a second straight game?
Well, I knew it was going to be difficult. Certainly, they've had a nice offensive ball club all year long. They have ability to score from different spots in the lineup. They've got power. They've got speed. They've got a really, really nice club. I don't ever try to, forecast of what's going to happen during the game, but, I knew it'd take a good effort, starting with Kirby, and I think the first couple innings he got us off to a nice start, and I think they made a nice adjustment against him in the third inning, and credit them. And, I knew that we were going to have to chop the game up out of our bullpen, and everybody was going to have to do the job, and to their credit, they capitalized on 2 big innings.
Here on the left.
Mike Malloy, the Orlando Sentinel. Nathan, first time you've pitched in 2 months. How do you feel like you did today?
I just wanted to throw strikes, especially at this stage. You see what happens when you give the other team the momentum, and a couple extra bases. A lot of times they're going to capitalize. The game plan was really just to go out and try and throw strikes and make them beat me.
Here in the yellow.
Packers, Russell Daily Progress. Nathan, maybe they made an adjustment, as Brian said. What do you think that was in the third inning? What did you see in that third inning that was maybe different than those first 2?
They stayed back on the ball and took advantage of a couple pitches that I left down the middle of the plate.
Fourth row in the back.
Steve Sellner, NCAA.com. Brian, given how today went, how do you feel about how your pitching stacks up for tomorrow?
I feel good about tomorrow. I haven't decided who will start, but we certainly have a couple of different options, and I feel good about it. We've got some pretty darn good guys left, and so we'll see what the right decision is. We'll make a decision at some point this evening on what we're going to do.
Coach, you came out very aggressive offensively today. You were first and second pitch swings, especially against Shore really early in the game. Was that the plan, or was that just how it played out today?
I think it's just how it played out. To his credit, he does a great job. He doesn't really get into a pattern from a pitching standpoint, and so you just gotta hope that you see the ball up in the zone and you get a good pass at it. And you can see that he buckled down in those middle innings and made some big pitches when we did have runners in scoring position. And Matt Theis put a good swing on that ball in the first inning, and then we just couldn't muster another hit with a runner in scoring position through until we got to the 7th inning. So,
Kendall
Rogers, D1 Baseball. Coach, looking at Nathan, how would you kind of assess his stuff the first couple innings, and just overall being able to see him finally pitch?
Well, it was great to see him out there, Kendall. I knew it was going to be limited. It was going to be somewhere, it wasn't going to be over 60 pitches, somewhere between 45 and 60 pitches. We were obviously hopeful that he could maybe give us 3 clean innings, and I thought he looked really good in the first couple, and was fine in the third. It's just Florida is they're talented, and they're going to make you pay. They're on the barrel a lot, and they're going to make you pay when you leave pitches over the middle of the plate. So it was great to see. He's certainly healthy, and certainly he can build off that. That's for sure.
We'll take 3 more questions. We'll start with Jeff and then Aaron.
Kenny, you guys had only 5 hits the first game against Florida, had 10 today. Does that give you something to build off of offensively, kind of the way you swung the bats today?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we went out there and swung the bats pretty well today, but as Coach mentioned, we really didn't get those big hits in those big situations. But I think everyone's swinging the bat with some confidence, so I think everyone's going to be feeling good going in tomorrow.
Aaron.
Aaron Fitt, D1 Baseball. Coach, obviously, as good as Nathan is, a little bit of a roll of the dice maybe to start a guy who hasn't thrown in 2 months or pitched in game action in 2 months.
Right.
How much did you consider going with Connor, and did the fact that you were in the winner's bracket, another one tomorrow, give you a little bit of luxury there to go with him and roll the dice?
Yeah, I had made the decision in the middle of this week that, one, we're 2-0 and we're here to try to win a national championship, and certain guys are going to have to rise up for that to happen. I'd also made the decision that Connor Jones would not throw a 3rd time here, and when I had made that decision, I had decided to, if we were able to win tonight's ball game, then you could have him potentially to go game 1 of the championship series. So in no way was I going to pitch him today and then bring him back potentially on a Wednesday. So once that decision was made, I just felt like this is the right move, and I was really confident that Nathan would get us off to a great start, and there were a handful of guys were going to have to do the job out of the pen.
And our final question right here.
Yeah, Kevin Brockway, Gainesville Sun. Coach, could Waddell be one of the options for Saturday? And is there enough rest time, and is there a temptation given his success that he had on Monday night against Florida's lineup?
I wouldn't be concerned about it being a temptation. I mean, it was pretty efficient on Monday. I think he threw just shy of 100 pitches. If he did pitch tomorrow, it would be on 4 days rest. Certainly we'll analyze that and determine what the best thing is, but he absolutely could be an option.